What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Going to run through this trade recap from today. We took two trades on ES. We had two entries here. I'm going to upload the live footage for the entry I took off my Trade Evade account. I had another entry where I took off TopSec X, but I'll post it all on TikTok. Anyway, we're going to get into this trade recap, guys. Decent, not the best trade. I wasn't really a fan of price action today, but I'll explain as I go through this. So coming into the market today, I had seen that ES had inversed this hourly bullish fair value gap right here. So it ran through it. So I was potentially seeing if price wanted to retest this and if it was going to come down and continue to flush to the downside, because we still had London lows, we still had Asia lows, and then we had this big fair value gap down here that I figured that if price could come down, it wasn't just going to want to snatch these two. It was probably going to want to come and fill in this gap. And the main reason here that I was bearish was because we had this huge SMT. So ES failed to sweep the highs. And if you look at NQ put in a new all-time high, and it was way higher, right? So off the open, NQ just kept ripping up, and then ES was kind of just a little more stagnant. So from here, we waited for jolts at 10. We had jolts at 10, and from there, let me take the kill zones indicator off for a second really quick. We just had this manipulation to the upside, and then we continued to flush down, and then price ended up coming down into this 4-hour fair value gap right here, and it bounced up. And now from here is where we started to kind of see a bearish bias form. So if you look right here, we had this 15-minute bullish fair value gap get run through and retested. So now we're flipping order flow on the 15-minute. From there, I scaled down to the 5-minute. And what I seen right here was we had this 5-minute bullish gap get closed above, but it's kind of like a fake out. If you look, it didn't really close clean above it. It closed with this big wick. So I didn't consider that an inverse fair value gap. I was kind of considering that a fake out. And then if you go to the 3-minute chart, it's kind of the same idea. We have this 3-minute bearish FEG. And if you look, price barely closes above it. So I'm looking at that as a fake out. I think price wants to go lower because at this point, price has swept London low, but Asia low is still an open pool in liquidity. And then below there, we have that hourly fair value gap. So I'm thinking price is going to flush down, take out Asia low, and then fill in that gap. So then we started to scale down and look for entries. So on the 2-minute chart, we ended up inversing this 2-minute bullish fair value gap. We ran below it. We pushed up back into it. And I went to the 1-minute chart and I scaled for an entry. So my entry was off of this bearish close right here at the 10:06 candle. So we came back into a 2-minute IFEG. We also inversed this 1-minute fair value gap. And then we got a nice bearish close, stops above the wick right here. And then entry number 2, we continued to chop down. Asia low is still open right here. And then we ended up forming this bullish fair value gap right here on the 1-minute chart, if it would let me go back. And then we had this strong bearish close that displaced straight through, inverting that fair value gap. Again, we're still in lower time frame bearish order flow. And I still want to see Asia low get taken out. Again, we have that higher time from S&P, all this stuff in place. So I enter right here, a little bit lower stop loss just above all these wicks right here. And I'm targeting one take profit at, or main take profit at the start of this imbalance. I was going to target CE, but I didn't have time to actually change my position because it ended up hitting my take profit when I was looking away from the computer. So a little bit unfortunate. I wanted to target CE, and then if we take this off, we'll see what happened. Price ended up coming down, and it's still continuing to flush down, and it's actually just ran through this gap. So again, just to recap from the top, we had that higher time from S&T. NQ took out all-time highs. ES didn't. ES ran through this bullish fair value gap on the hourly, came back in and retested it. Then it inversed this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, came back in and retested it. 5-minute order flow had this little fake out to the upside above this gap. I figured that we would continue down to the next open pool in liquidity as long as order flow continued bearish, which was Asia low. Went to the 2-minute, we entered off the retest on this 2-minute IFEG, and then we entered again with our second entry on this 1-minute inverse fair value gap right here. So our entries were at this 10:33 candle, and then the first entry was at the 10:06 candle, and then we targeted the start of that gap right below the Asia low. So in our free Discord, so this is the Discord, guys. If you guys want this, I have the link in my bio, in my link tree. I said the possible scenario was going to happen here, that we'd have that potential retest off this inverse fair value gap and then continue down. So if you guys want to join up, it's free to join right now. So pull up the Discord, we'll talk trading. I'm going to post like pretty much all my brain dumps and analysis and all that stuff in there all the time. So I'll be in there all the time, active. Yeah, check out all the links in my bio, guys. Check out my socials, all that stuff. And probably going to post more of this trade, the live footage and all that stuff on my TikTok later today. So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until the next one, give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video, follow me on all my socials, check out my link tree, link in the bio. Until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Peace.